What's up, YouTube? This is That PlayStation Gamer coming at you guys with a brand new video. So you knew there was a Last of Us teaser out there for Season 2. You know TPG was going to talk about it. Come on, guys. It's like I'm not... It's like I'm the biggest Last of Us fanboy you can run into. It's like I go out of my way to talk about this stuff. And even though this stuff doesn't get the views, it doesn't get the high-end, thousands of views because I don't sit there and be negative, I still do it because I love this franchise. I love the IP. I think at the end of the day, hey, you gotta love something, right? It can either be a person or it could be IP. Either way, you're lonely at the end of the day because, people leave you. But okay, with that said, let's just talk about this teaser. Because first off, it was a part of a Caesar reel that the HBO normally shows, like at their season finales for their big shows. This one in particular is for House of Dragons Season 2, final episode. And again, this was the thing they ended the whole thing on because they know that's the big thing they're looking forward to. And that's the Peacemaker season 2, which I'm also excited to see from. And this makes me feel like we're going to have a trailer somewhere down the road. I think it's safe to say at this point we will have a trailer for Season 2 by the end of this year. I feel confident in saying that. And I also think, if TPG's allowed to put his conspiracy hat on here for a second, maybe by the time I supposedly get my brand new gaming PC, maybe we'll get news of The Last of Us Part 2 on PC. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Rumors are Sony's been sitting on that for a while, and I think it'd be perfect timing. But let's just talk about the teaser itself, just because, I could sit here and talk about, my conspiracy theories. But let's talk about this teaser itself. So there really isn't that much to go off on. It's only 30 seconds. But there is a couple of snippets I found very interesting. One, the conversation Joel's having with this other character. I don't know who this chick is. None of the characters or a counselor. As far as I could tell, this person's supposed to be some kind of psychologist or something. And Joel's talking to her. Joel doesn't talk to a psychologist in the game. So I'm very interested to see that. There's a couple quick shots of Isaac. There's a couple quick shots of Abby. There's a couple quick shots of something going on with Ellie. And then it shows her tattoo and her acid burn on her arm. I think a lot of people actually kind of forget that's the thing that happens in the part 2. Is that she actually intentionally gave herself an acid burn around the bite mark and then got tattooed around there so no one could really see the bite mark. Which is going to be interesting in this case because technically, Ellie has 2. One from the original infection where they found out she was immune. And then there was the one that she got. I think it was... I can't remember exactly what episode. But I knew she got bit at one point. Because, Joel didn't believe her 100%. It was it could have just been luck, or whatever. But, she got bit a second time. And she was perfectly fine. So with that, I think it would probably be in the same area, so I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, like I said, you get a few quick shots here and there of other characters, but the big point for me here to see is Joel and how he looks. And man, Pedro Pascal, he's aging gracefully, but it's he does look a bit older, and I do think from what I've heard about Season 2, if I'm allowed to, give you guys some behind the scenes stuff that's been going on. Far as the length of the season, it's actually supposed to be one episode less than the Season 1. Probably because they're not gonna have a Bill Frank episode where it was stuff separate from the actual main story. And from what it sounds like, this could be The Last of Us Part 2 story, kind of. I think, and this is, going to spoiler territory for The Last of Us Part 2, but I think they're going to end the season off on a big cliffhanger. And I think that big cliffhanger is an unfortunate golf match. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But I do think that's going to be the cliffhanger for Season 2, Part 2's Part 1. I don't know, it's all confusing. But Craig Mason has said on record that Part 2's story could be, split up into 2 seasons, possibly 3 if they want to do a little bit more. And from what I've seen, at least from this teaser, it does seem like they want to do a little bit more than we originally have gotten. Personally, I'm in the camp of seeing some of the, kind of slice of life stuff going on in Jackson. I would like to see Ellie meet Dina for the first time. Well, outside of that awkward encounter they had in the season 1. I would actually like to see her meet Dina and we start seeing that, romance bud. I would like to have a dedicated episode towards Dina, Jesse, and Ellie, and possibly Kat. If you guys actually don't know, canonically, Ellie actually had a girlfriend before she had Dina for a girlfriend, and that was Kat, who was the girl who actually gives her her tattoo. So, personally, I would like to see an episode like that, where maybe it takes place in a couple years, because from what I remember correctly, part 2 takes place at least 7 years after the events of part 1. And what's interesting about it is that because we have flashback scenes in the part 2, we kind of know some of the things they could, leave off on. So, like, Ellie discovering the truth about Joel's lie. But I, personally, this is, yet again, me just, doing my TPG thing here, my Last of Us fanboy thing. Personally, if there was another exit point for the season to end on, I personally think that season 3, or sorry, again, my brain's kind of farting everywhere. I'm having, nostril problems too, so I'm like trying to control, how much I'm breathing. But I think part 2 could exit off on either Joel getting that golf match or Ellie discovering the truth about Joel's lie. I think if they wanted to have like a big cliffhanger to end on, and then you could lead into the next episode of like, okay, now here's the follow-up of that. What happens next? Personally, I think the Joel golf match would be a better exit point, because to pull, a move from The Walking Dead, if I'm allowed to do that, I think it'll get more people interested to see what happens the following, I guess you would say the following season. Like, okay, what happens after that point? So I also think they're going to personally, I think they're going to slap in some Abby stuff here and there, just because I think the biggest criticism Neil's always gotten with part 2 story in particular is that point where it's like, oh, you get to what you would think would be the climax, that also you're playing as the bad guy. Or at least how some people perceive her as the bad guy. So it's like, I think what the season needs to do, it needs to balance both these characters out, Ellie and Abby. And I do think the teaser's kind of hinting at that, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I do think they want to kind of keep the Abby stuff kind of like hidden away for a while until we get our full real trailer. And then we get into season 2 proper. So, yeah. This is TPG, just his brain running like 100 miles an hour, because, I'm excited for anything The Last of Us related. And personally, season 2's got a lot to live up to. Personally, I think part 2's story is better than the first one's. But, then again, first one is more tight and all that. Just, I can't wait to see season 2 proper and actual trailer. And then finally get subscribed to HBO Max now, so I can watch the full series. I will probably buy that shit on Blu-ray like I did the first season. So, what do you guys think? Do you think season 2 is going to go to the hype? Do you think people are going to get ready to have their hearts wrecked? Or what? What do you think is the 30-second teaser trailer? Not even a teaser trailer, like just a teaser we got. What do you think? Do you think this looks good? Do you think it looks positive? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer signing out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube algorithm BS. Bye.